Crazy, man. I'm in here in the car and at the radio. Piano is singing. Man, y'all heard this song? Oh, God. Like glorifying God. It's amazing, man, how you can hear the beat of it and you know the words, and then, it's just an easy way to learn language. Sometimes in itself, and that's, I'm not even gonna get into that. But hey, this morning medicine. It's morning medicine, man. It was amazing to me that song in Spanish, I still was able to worship with them, even though I wasn't familiar or know Spanish. But it's like I could hear it in the spirit. Man, okay. I'm okay. Hey, morning medicine. Hey, good morning, everybody. Hey, appreciate y'all prayers. Getting a little bit. My wife went into surgery. So, man, just thank you for your prayers this morning. As y'all see, I've been up early with her. She just went in. So I said, we got to make sure we get this medicine. So today's prescription comes from Proverbs chapter 15, verse 22. Plans fail when there is no counsel, but with many advisors, they succeed. And I just had this thought this morning. You can't always advise yourself. It says, with many advisors, plans succeed. So in other words, there are some plans. It can't be just me. It can't be just you. And I think that's one of the hardest things, is that we don't want to hear advice from others, or we're selective in the many advisors we choose. And I just want us to really think about that, because we need advisors. It said, with many advisors, plans succeed. So I can't always allow it to be just me. And I'm just thinking this morning and asking that question, of a couple of different things. Is it just you dealing with your own thoughts, dealing with your own place, your position? And I'm just saying, sometimes that's the issue in itself, because it's just you. Many advisors. So it's a couple things I want to hit on this morning with our morning medicine. I want us to really understand that we're not in this thing alone. This walk was not meant for us to walk out alone. Our purpose, yes, God gave you the dream. Yes, I got it. But it still wasn't meant for you to walk out it alone. He sent the disciples out, what? 2 by 2. It was never meant for them to walk out alone. You don't see in scriptures, even David, Jonathan helped. Even David had assistance. Moses had us. What I'm saying is, many advisors plan succeed. And so I want to, this morning, I told you, I want to just have you examine, is it just you? Who is scrutinizing your work? And what I mean by scrutinize it, who are you allowing to examine your work? Who are you allowing to take a look and filter your thoughts? And oftentimes we try to do this thing alone because we think we can catch our own flaws. We think we can catch our own mistakes, but we can't. That's why God said you need many advisors sometimes. And oftentimes the reason why we're failing is because it's just us. Man, when I wrote in 2020, I believe, 2018, somewhere around there, when I wrote my first book, man, I look over that book a million times. And what's amazing that I wasn't catching my own edits. Because I was like, I don't need no editor. I can read the book. I don't need no editor. Why I need an editor? I can read my own work. I mean, I'm good at English. So why do I need an editor? That doesn't make sense to me. Why would I pay that amount of money for an editor of work? Why I'll do that? And so let me just tell you, I end up getting an editor. My wife pushed me to get an editor, and I end up doing it. But let me tell you about that editor. They were finding things that I couldn't see. But things that I've read, but for whatever reason, I was blind to it. Because I can read something and read my mind and fix the words, but it actually doesn't say that. And I'm hoping that makes sense. What I'm saying is that I needed some other people to advise me on it. And those other people, they had to be equipped to be able to advise me on it. And oftentimes, we sometimes be all up in our pride, be all up in our feelings, and we don't want anybody looking at our work. And sometimes in itself, because of the pride, you're like, I got it. Sometimes it's that I'm afraid because you know what? If they look at it, they may think something about me. And we're trying to keep up or preserve this image, so we don't want anybody to scrutinize or critique our work. I'm just saying that it doesn't make sense because I get upset that it's not succeeding. But how could it succeed if I'm not willing to take in the advisors? Do you see how it doesn't make sense? God is trying to teach us to come up out of ourselves. And it's okay. It can only make us better. And notice what I said, that when I found the advisor and the editor, they were equipped to do what? Tell me things because they were more knowledgeable in that area. It doesn't dismiss that I'm knowledgeable, but they were more knowledgeable. They were better with editing. And so in that advisor, I got somebody who's more equipped to handle where I was at. And sometimes we don't pick advisors because you know what? No, I'm not going to pick that advisor because, you know, they tell me that they're going to get on me. They're going to not let me settle. Y'all, that's the advisors you need. You need somebody who's going to compromise with you. Oh, man, it's perfect. They're telling you that to appease your feeling? No. We should never try to appease the feeling. No, we try to grow the person. In the book of Jeremiah, when the king said, man, I'm not going to call Jeremiah because he always tells me the truth. But he had framed it in, man, he always tell me negative stuff. But see how his mind started looking at what Jeremiah was saying as negative. Yet, it was the very thing he needed to hear because Jeremiah gave him truth. And sometimes I be in a place where I start looking at things being negative, but it's not negative, it's just truth. And the reason why I'm feeling some type of way is because inside of us, our soul man, he don't want to deal with truth. He rather live in a lie. That's why the spirit is trying to beat up this soul and train this soul and put this soul under control. That is no longer conform to the patterns of this world. And that's why I need the many advisors. I don't need somebody who's not going to truly advise me, but trying to appease me. And I'm just saying for this morning medicine, just asking yourself that question. Because you can't always advise you. And who is advising you? Do you have a mentor? Do you have a mentor? A mentor that's going to challenge you for who God called you to be. Do you have a mentor? Are you selective about your mentor, meaning that You're trying to look from somebody who wants to pat you on the back because they're infatuated by your gifts, but not going to tell you the truth. That love Jesus more than they love you. What I'm saying is, we can't always see when it comes to ourselves. And we need advisors. All believers should have somebody that's mentoring them, that's more equipped in that area. And let me just add this. I got to be willing to take things to them. I got to be willing to put and share my thoughts and these things with my advisors. Man, I don't care about how it's going to make me look. No, I'm trying to succeed. And the plan of many advisors said it will succeed, because a true advisor, they don't look at it in that way. They're there to help you grow. And I'm just saying, for this morning medicine, is I'm just thinking in myself of how that was an issue for me. And I asked that question, is that an issue for you? If God says plans of many advisors will succeed, why would I fight against many advisors? Who's advising you? Who are you allowing to see that plan? Who are you filtering that thought through? Or have we come to a place and say, you know what, I'm grown, I know. But that's the problem. That sometimes we know too much. And knowing too much, I'm not willing to be open for help. And there's areas that I need help in that I don't even know, because I'm blind by what I've always seen. I'm blinded because I'm so in love with the dream, so in love with the purpose, so in love with the vision, I can't see anything wrong with it. I'm so in love with that person, I can't see anything wrong with them. And that's why I don't bring them up to my parent. I don't bring them up to the advisors that will give me truth, because I'm so infatuated by them. And I'm just saying, I'm speaking it because many advisors plan to succeed. And why would I not want to succeed? How in the world, if I'm talking to somebody and you feeling some way about them, like you in your feelings about them, you care about them, blah, 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 why would you not want an advisor to look at them and scrutinize the relationship? No, because if you wanted to succeed, sometimes advisors are needed. They're needed. And the reason why they're needed is because I can be blind to my own feelings. I can be blind that this job and the money that's coming with it. I can be blind that I think I need this house, or I think I need this, I think I need that. Because at times I'm not willing to tell myself the truth about it. And those advisors, since they're not in the situation, can be more honest with me about the situation if they're truly an advisor. So I'm just saying, for our morning medicine, something to think about, because you can't always advise yourself. So what counsel are you sitting under? What counsel are you getting? The Lord said, don't sit in the counsel of the ungodly. Who's your advisors? Because I tell you this, if the Lord says the flesh with the world operates as death, then why in the world would I keep allowing debt to advise me? This is your morning medicine. Who's advising you? Because you can always advise you. Be blessed.